mu nsɛm ne amahodro so nsɛm asemufo asem asone so kroje don hwere ba kontem mebeji na menan so aresade ama osa kase ewo efidie eso agudie mu nsɛm enigide mu nsɛm amano ne nsɛm na eka ho ya bɔ ne tofa ye de ebro nsɛm no edoso pa ayie na de edimu akotene ebi ene hye eneyi government accountability series no akoso nam so ema attorney general ene Ghana fo ina akasa afa nkontabuo ene wonom dwumedi wodi ehho ye de muntremu ebeba abesomo sanso ena ene omampani John Dramani Mahama wapa dwumedi bi ehho entoma eno so eba beboa ama infrastructure dwumedi no so no etumi ejina ne nan so na wonsem fofom so no ye de ni betwemu ewo eye enkwapopuni mantemu ye kasei ayewe so west eye municipal assembly no so dwumedi bi wonom edi ewo bawleshi kwafo bi enam kotikwan so esi eye adan wo honom penifo akọ stopia na so wonom ekojai sa dwumedi no nsem bi kan woni mu na fofo bi kan don hwere ba kontem ya boa no se kase ye de ebesomo ewo afidie so ye de wase eni gye ho pa sabrona bibia onya botrenya adaje etna wo tv homa ye de nsem no esomo midin efia boafo adepa yenton krambra to na nsem no nkyeremu ento aso. Yensan ema akwaba biem Africa me ho na mefa ensem no entwemu entoaso enfamo mehase na mehase edi Free Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na kache eneyi wapa dwumedie bi ehho ntoma eno eye Ghana Infrastructure Plan GIP wonom etumi apa ho ntoma na sa plan ni eba beboa se ba ne puntudwuma enafe enwuma hodro wona mabefo kwan so eba beye beboa emo my Ghana etumi afa ne ntoma pa efra na say and what it The
Ghana Infrastructure Plan is more than a policy document. It is a national covenant. It requires all of us across the political divide, public institutions, civil society organizations, and generations to dedicate to a shared vision of progress. I therefore call on First Parliament to enact the enabling laws, enforce fiscal discipline, and oversee to safeguard this vision. I urge the ministries, departments, and agencies to align their sector plans with the Ghana Infrastructure Plan and ensure continuity in project delivery. To the private sector, I urge you to invest in infrastructure, logistics, and digital transformation. To the Ghanaian people, our citizens, I urge you to hold us accountable, to share ideas and support this collective mission and patriotism. Before I conclude, I'm pleased to announce a national competition in collaboration with the NDPC for the best artistic interpretation of the cover design for the Ghana Vision 2057. The Ghana Infrastructure Plan was initially completed in 2016 and it was revised in 2019, but it was shelved and left to gather dust for years. Today, we reaffirm its position as the essential framework for national transformation. It is therefore with great pride that I officially launched the Ghana Infrastructure Plan, not as a new idea, but as a renewed commitment to the promise of a sustainable and inclusive development for all Ghanaians. Fellow Ghanaians, Dr. Nkrumah gave us the blueprint. The Ghana Infrastructure Plan provides us with the tools, and the big push will deliver the results. Let us not just build roads and bridges, but a Ghana that works for everyone. A Ghana where vision meets discipline and where continuity, transparency, and innovation illuminates the path to our shared future. On this note, it's my privilege and honor to declare the Ghana Infrastructure Plan duly launched. May this plan guide our footsteps, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Accra High Court echo asetna na nina efa kane openipa na wada eye National Service Authority no ano Deputy Executive Director Mame Gifty Owari Mensah nina efa eye sikasem bi e wonom etwe se afa ne nsase ewo bra na wodi sa dibre no enunam so emene wonom kopie mu ewo court na court no amane bail na sikatwitwi di a wode atuniti so eye 10 million Ghana cedis.
Accra High Court ne day si sajina ye arefa Mame Gifty Owari Mensah huni na no nam se na penso na wo National Service Secretariat no wono mo efum sika bia na eni sesa sika no wonom de womo ensaka enuti kwadu num na court yi ede abono a edikan womo twa se wono ankasa ede ne pe ede ne nsabo wo man sika mu ede aye wono ankasa ehuye a wobo wo manyi ekase tam afa so wono asanso ede krono bo e de atone so money laundry eka ho ebi e na afese omo twese office ya no wo no a efa sa office no ho e de make profit e de ma wono a ankasa ho wo ra yere wo Owari Mensah wo mo sanso twese wo hwe eye na penso a misappropriation eye wo mine sika bi so ekoso a ni hina no entwa yi na ni hina emu no wo mo twese hwehwemu abeto dwa twese wo no ma penso National Service personnel bako apem ne aduwotwe eye 180,000 personnel ene won krata mu se wo no ya service etua wo no ka na so hwehwem beto dwa se sa wo mu nduo na emom wo mu na dodo eye empem aduokron wotwe eye 98,000 pe ene verify wo mu ani etua wo no esika a wo no ka nyina wo mu sika no enwi edigu mami ne wo no akabie ebotomu na wo tremu a edi a aba montene ghost names nkoano wo mu kika di si eni asika na tro say wono mu ewi aye no aye 653 million Ghana cedis.
Yet so akasebo no eso na enede government accountability series no akoso ewon kwan popuni mantemu enam so ema attorney general enafei wono so ena woye minister of justice Dr. Dominic Ayini ejina simpie so e de atudwa wo twemu se enei na ban enafei na so ye no wonom de hihye yakodo bebre na egu akom se beye na ankrankro ni dwumakuo bi a wonom ewie aban sika enam koti kwan so na wode egu ombotom no aban no e de wonom befa mrakwan so na fe so enkuntabuo bi e wo se wonom ebabu no obeye sa pepepe e de amaga na aban.
When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is the $2 million, JFH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on what the GRA says. Now, when it comes to the issue of over-invoicing, we noticed that they were over-invoiced by between, that is the equipment, the drip equipment were over-invoiced by between 100 to 300%. All right, so I give you an example. One piece of equipment which costs $40,000, the government paid $84,000 for that equipment. That is over 110%. And so we are now diligently looking through all the equipment. And you can imagine that the equipment for all the districts, there were, hundreds of pieces of equipment. So we are going through each one of them because we are looking at a criminal investigation. And in criminal law, charges must be specific. If you miss the element of specificity, your case will be thrown out. And that is why I keep urging Ghanaians to be patient, because we need diligent investigation so that when I send a case to court, we don't have any doubt that criminality has occurred. So, ladies and gentlemen, prosecutions have commenced in the SkyTrain and National Service scandals. In the case of the latter, we have filed charges against the former Chief Executive, Executive Director, Osea Sibe Entry, and his deputy, Gifty Owari. Charges are being prepared against the rest of the public officers and the so-called marketplace vendors. In all, we intend to file about 10 cases in the NSA scandal and will use some of the public officers and vendors as prosecution witnesses. Now, this is a strategy that is working very well for us, and we intend to continue to use that strategy. In a situation where there is a small criminal among big criminals, and the small criminal knows a lot, it is better as a matter of prosecutorial strategy to use a small criminal to get the information in order to be able to succeed, and that is what I'm doing. Also, I wish to announce that the Auditor General has conducted a forensic audit into the NSA, the National Service scandal, and the total amount of money stolen or illegally spent now stands at 2.2 billion, and not the 548 million that was uncovered by my investigators as at June 2025. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have here a copy of the Auditor General's report. Again, painstaking investigation is very important in criminal matters. And so, based upon what the Auditor General has done, and this is a forensic audit, okay? Forensic audit means that they've gone beyond what ordinary
Etwa ensem no so na egusu ginemu ewo enkwan popuni mantem emu yede ni twemu ewo ayaweso West Menseno emu na eneyi empenifo de ababetu dwa wono etwese dwumedie bi ekoso no eben Bawleshi traffic light na project no se de ekono ne biaya esi no wono hu ne se enye entweyie kura enu timpenifo koho etu hwanamon ene wono kokasai na se komekoye se na wono ebubu nnua ede egu wonasum eneyi openipa wono ene woye Mensin Krachi Penia, Wada a year Ayawaso West Mensin ano a Dr. Michael Mensa, with two among Aquacoshe said the project no one a year na face so what Chom say one a chasso.
Oh, yeah, say a man of permits. Even apart from that, so be back crying to me, ma, or be permits on sit down a high tension. I say, someone will say high current, a faster, your friends and cables were very high. Accident bet me see at any time. And you advisable say, Yabama be building permit, our high tension. I say. Apart from that, Usha, data namha. Omade say gata no. Or Yabebo gata nina. Ome sit dying, our data neso. And Yama be permit say, Ome sit dying wa. And Yanyantie say, a boomers sit dying wa. And she organize a policy for every national. And you better do hano. You better bubu. And you might do my yawa. Yawahana. The Crawford Biba has a for national security. And I'm Mosati Airbo policy for. And she policy for a one free national defense and police headquarters. Almost at say a buomo. And yechiomo. But apart from that, no. 3 days ago, some made this same group. I call Roman Rich. I got to 2 Crawford stores. And I also moved 1,000 every hour. Before I go to Baby Police, at the time I do on Mojani. But Saturday, the same group of people, I go Ibe Town, Long Garcia, I go Ibe Town, I go Bubu Crawford, I go Chinipa Bako, or that toilet, I know. I go Chino, you kidnapping, no. Actually, the parents, no. No, and he charging 4,000 cities. And so now you release no. This kind of lawlessness in Ayawaso must stop. The landguardism in an elite community like this must stop. It is not right. There's somebody who thinks that Ayawaso is for him. And he thinks that every land in Ayawaso, he must grab it. And this is just a particular individual who is behind all these things. And I have reported the case that the guy should be investigated. And the people who are behind this landguardism in Ayawaso West Ogun should be what? Arrested and then put before court. In the name of national security. They come in the name of national security. But national security cannot do this. You saw what just happened behind. National security beating the police. This is unheard of. They are supposed to be working together. But anytime they come terrorizing people in name of what? National security. And this is not right. We are resetting Ghana, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will not condone this, will not tolerate this such nonsense. And this must stop.
Yet so akasiebo no eso na endrada na emrahye bedwafo efiti asetena se ewo emrahye ebedwafie na enumu na emrahye bedwafo binum a wonom ewo honom ene nsemtwofo twetwe komo na wo hwe nimu se de aban no ebetumi aye na afei titiriw eben eye illegal mining na eye galamsey ye tu ne basa ewo omaiga ne wonom eche se wo hwe aban nanim se wo de li no bebe piemu ewo emrahye bedwafie wonum ebobo hune atumi abaye mra na fe galamsey no obehwe kwan a obesu afaso na wonum etu ase.
Primarily the budget meeting. So we're expecting to see the government's report on the performance of its economic policy for 2025, and then their proposal for the 2026 economic policy, as well as the budget for 2026. That's the major thing. Also, in this meeting, there are a number of private members' bills that have been submitted, and we are hoping to see traction on them. Remember, in the last meeting, I submitted a private members' bill on the Public Financial Management Act. I'm hoping that Mr. Speaker will have it brought to the floor so that we can get work done on it. We also do expect work on some of the other private members' bills that are before the House. These are the major things that we're expecting to see some traction. On my bill, for example, the drafting office and the Office of the Clerk have had a series of meetings with me to get clarification so that they can tidy up the drafting for us to bring onto the floor.
We will focus on budget. It will be budget. Because, you know, the expectations of our constituents are very high. There are infrastructural issues that we need to take care of in our constituencies. So we'll be looking at the budget very well to see specifically what will be going into our constituencies. You know, every member of parliament, I believe, is very much focused on what will be in the budget for us, how this budget will benefit our constituents.
Yede kasia no eko epoye mantam emu na nana osabarima ejare tinedu awotoso mienu woyo henepon ewo kede na nei wone ne manfo edi ehia na wode ato ne manfo ina enimu se efri ene eko wode ne nkratasem ne nkunya bibia ehwese wodi hene no wode nina egu ho no mahinye no wondi biem wodi ahinye no ma na makomako na se mfinhia makomako aduonu ba ko 21 years na nina wo chese wono na ahinye no wo pasomdwe enutinu ene wode ahenni ni na no agufom anna no ye kase wonye wo hene biem ewo kede
efinne ebia mba fra bibia yo ganani me yo dehye bibia esa bedima ho de bua bisika bua madaje bedi beba abeboa na emom efinne ko menye kede hene biem bedi ba mi
ye free epo ye mantem mu de ni atwemu ewo ensem foforo mu de a na ye kwakopie mu ewo bono mantem emu na kane mampani abedieche Dr. Mahamudu Bawomia wode nsahwe ene ntoabo ahyehye so ewo bono mantem mu nam so na kwakopie mu ewo Doma West ne ho ena mpanifo wonom ewo ho ne delegate no wonom makokodi ehia ene omo akasa se wonto aba no emfama no na ometu franka emfama NPP amanyoko no afi 2028 na numu ena Doma West constituency chairman edema NPP amanyoko no Yewra Kwame Owusu ede atudwa se sabre wo hwe kane mampani ne dwumedi a wodi ena feninsam kaye ne nto abo wo boyi na edi adanse se wotumi betu franka edema NPP amanyoko na 2028 abano abato ni na bekọ na wiye na jase kunimdie no akọ edi ama NPP amanyoko no Tuaka sebono eso na kani openipa na waye waswafo wohwe enwumesuansem so edenyumnyamfo Dr. Osei Edichum wode nani atwemu ewo Cape Coast mfifini mantemu akwakohia MMDCs assembly members and afei kane emrahwebedwafo wonom ewo honom na no na wode ato anini ma wocho se yame ya dom na wonu timetu abanma no emane betu franka edema NPP amanyoko na obeboa pa emma ohia buburo a adokro ne mafo ewo mfifini mantemu no betumi eyini na edi afri ho.
We are confronting underdevelopment compared to other nations that we were better off than at the time of independence. They took a different approach in terms of education, in terms of industrialization, and how they were able to use education for the transformation of their nation. Case in point, Singapore, South Korea. Best. We can transform education to make it possible for education to transform our socio-economic fortune. So we're talking about education with a foundation in critical thinking. We're talking about a foundation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We have an unfinished business. We started something the last few years. We're going to come back. God willing, when we are in power, we're going to finish our education agenda, make education so robust that it can help us and it can transform the fortunes of our nation. That is what I'm sharing with our delegates. We are looking at issues about health. We are looking at issues about longevity. Ghanaians should be able to live long. You know that between the ages of 60 to 70, that is when the mental capacity of individuals are even higher. And that is when, unfortunately for us, a number of people pass on to drugs. We are going to do something different. We have to work out, improve education, improve our role in the fourth industrial revolution, ensure that we enhance IT jobs across the country, rural communities, urban communities, high school students, high school graduates will be educated and they will get a training to do cyber security, do artificial intelligence. We intend to have companies from around the world outsourcing IT jobs to Ghana, just like they've done with India. We want to create more jobs for Ghanaians. Ghanaians will deserve better. And I am the one who can use education to change their fortune change their role in the fourth industrial revolution, Ghana is waiting for a visionary leader, and I believe the one God given the delegate selection, we don't have to fear debate with our opponents. Let them know our vision, and Ghanaians will choose the transformer, will choose the visionary.
Ugusu ehwe enwumre no nsia bremu kase ewo insania television so yetwa kwan ewo kaso nyanya no kwantempon so antimesi junction ho ene yebuto ye de ensemi esom ye to kase no eso na deputy chief of staff eye nana oyebampo ado eneyi wode adresede ato empenifo enim se wonum ehwe se sikasem ehun hyehye ye bia wode begu akwemu na HIV AIDS kodie wo yade no wonum betumi etu ase no wonye ne sa pepepe ewo Maimu na wadi nsemi etu dwa wobra wokopie mu ewo 14th National HIV AIDS Forum dwumedi ekoso ewo enkwan popuni mantemu.
24. This is the data and the statistics. We are also at the financial world grappling with the abrupt withdrawal of $78 million, which was USAID health support. It funded malaria, it funded HIV/AIDS, and child health programs. We do not have access to $78 million. Across Africa, funding for HIV programs have plateaued. External aid is no longer a reliable solution in terms of finances for HIV across Africa. So if we are truly committed and we want to ensure that HIV as a public health threat is ended by 2030, we must, as a matter of priority, reposition our national HIV response within a domestic financing framework. A domestic financing framework that reflects self-reliance, efficiency, equity, consistency, and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, this situation has engineered global conversations to awaken Africa and the entire world for the need to look inward.
Yeto akase bono eso na adihye binim a wonom ewo teacher mante asante krom ene ne impotemu afrensem hwofo enhyemu na enhyemu de na se no ene wonom edi tudwa watchre se won sase a wodi sudwuma sekua no ene ya yakase yi eye Guans estate fo bi abahonom a wonom eje nsase no edi afri won sem ne senti wosra ban ene mpanifo sekua na wonom eye no eno a ene won wonsa eko wonanu nti ekoba ne sa na ekwakoye once anu adwuma eya abo no timpanifo embremu
aba ndi wo nyina na aba investigation or investigative na yenga yes asase akodi kwans nche kwans di 51 years ade no bebeje asase a obi atra so 170 years oba beje na yen kotra he yesrem mo yen sanchirafo yenim adwuma pa amudi mo ma omampani asonte anye saa ebibi beba anhwe ni ya na agbokwatre kwa because unya bibi ndi nana bia kwa nwuram a wo yire ko nwuram na se langa kota no anhwe ni abonetio wanhwe ni ya monte ya o blanga fun bi ba achechewere oba ko bo ba ko tio kumu nsese ye bi ho ye pa mo chawo momma aban enti yen hawo fi se uba nsawa madwedi ayesu ano suhum apa west achim eye agaesu in the west achim sa area he nsase wonsem no eyehu madaroma nka bi maye
wonsem twofo nhyiemu a ekoso no akuafo bia ne wonom ho aka twese sese di wonom ho di womo yi womo ho kra esanse sase a wonom yeso adwuma matimi bua womo nsakọ wonom anom abiso abusua so no Koansa state aba betwi afaso ama enei wɔn mo ani atutu aka wɔn mo ensɛm a wɔn mo hu deɛ wɔn mo anya kora wɔn mo fudie wɔn mo saase ankasa wɔn mo kora nsese wɔn mo entimi enkoso ɛno nti wɔn mo koto hwɛ penfo hwɛ na wɔn mo emra mu
bebre ɔmo di machine ba ɔmo adwure ne nyina gu ɔmo adwure ne nyina gu ko am ko hun papa bi o so ye ni CID o ye onu na ehwe adwuma no so owi a ba hye so na sida bi adwuma we ye ba no nana no mo na di asase no ma ye se yemfa ye afu o ma dwuri ye nema no nyina agu biko na me mama ni ti ampo ti me kono o ma ba no ma dwuri ni masase no nyina no bi frɛ ba mo bisa dia o hye adwuma no so o sida bi asase na nyɛ ye dia
ade na nso yɛ rekɔ a yɛbɛtuma ti so no obi anya sika no wa sɛ ya ba nso na ti so yɛmpɛ sɛ bɛgu n'anim ase ɛsɛ yɛ ɔsɔre pɛ na yɛ so yɛ asɔre nti yɛ srɛ no sɛ kwansi sɛ wabɛgye yɛ asase a anka wodo yɛ aboam ɛne Paul Krom a ɛne awei a wohu sɛ asase ne wode bante siwa ɛbɔ sɛ sɛ wobɛkɔ afunu so woato no nyaa na no mɛburo bi a maayɛ mekɔ akɔbu aburo mɛkɔ a ɔde kwan ato mu sɛ ahom kaprɛmpo wama me bi meso mene bia yɛrɛtɔ nam adi ma me abere wa wɔ hɔ yɛda waa na odwo bɛyɛ 3 o'clock 2 o'clock na tipa free nam yɛn kwan ati fɛɛ na nsia na papa bi saa ɔda waa na odwo na tipa free ba ɛbɛtu nɔte ɔsɔre ɔsɛ aw kunya ɔde no kɔ hospital wawu
Yetwa ensem no eso na NDC amanyoko no mpanifo bi a wonom ewo Jacobu eno ewo Amansie Central ene wonom akeka wo ho won semina ene hye okopie mu ewo Jacobu ene ne mpotem a empuntudwuma paade abo wonom te se de adwonso abo akokɔ afe wakwan atete apansampa eyi eba no ensamso bi kra ewo honom a ebo ma kwanya bedie tumi kɔso eno so kra no agiegu eno ti wo srese mpanifo mbekɔ mo sansa de ato wonum ene de wonum efam ewo Jacobu no eya de bia eni enyan
awe ho sema ewo mu ni se sa kwan ni ensa we nyina kwan a ofa so a enye ya na aya we ho kese ni se ofa afo akon ba Jacobu a ye wo be diketua bi ho ya eye ensu de da fa apemanka ensu so na beji nabu efi na be na watwe eko na watwe mienu ni o pese ofri kuma se eba o be dru bridge na chi a yise usi no so wo niam na aba so fa bridge ne so a dise adofo bi eboa o no ma ni bi ne ka na twa no ma je 20 Ghana cedis ansa na Ghana watwe dey sa bridge a ne kan you hear about 5 to 6 covert per ye betimi bi ahye ama ekwana dey atom this bi no waba Amansie Central ya waje sikasa chain sa this year wabai an amenity even public account committee or see yetina the IGF internal generation fund no 15 billion Ghana all cedis you know this can here ya sa be the kito rent me dey enye abai mram regional minister mram road minister mram se bopaye ena DC no eye onen engineers eye dia omo kan chere o yentimi hwe e ma se okọ baabi iso osi ansa no asa be fo car akọ baabi a wo pese dey okọ
ni na emu no adehye trese won mo hwe aban ni won meka bi ewo mu animu se won ba be bibi dia fa won mo kwan ho nanso se won mo ama meye kwan na ma won mo a won be wo ye kire atete su kokko e de atraban
Amansie Central de nyamie ni mulukuru ni se fi se yento aba kora anka ye e fi se ye sase ye to aba 1992 constitution ye kwan de pasa na ye district engineers no amomwa ye wo hwe kuro no mu ase mo fa kuro no mu a mo kwan papa bia mo ko ye ahen bobo ani mo de aye na no ye gata na ye bridge na ye nsuo ba kwan bridge e kwan fori kumase ba Jacobu no ti se mu nya kwan e kwan da bogum se kuro mo etantan ye nya mfaso bi emfra assembly ni so e mu mpanifo ye nya mfaso bi emfra wo so o ko kan aje wanu nujo agure na so no mo bere omani abre so mo be still na kuro ma sa akosa abo na sa bere abegusu no mari o mani no mo ye de omuko won de tirem te kwa kwa de se nke kwa block ka ne ma ka bia so ko ni aka che drivers for na omo fa ka se no so munya ho fa na ho nya kwan e ni di kama fo dia wo fa himfie e dan ho ko hospital da ko hospital e kwa ni na de chapa sa ya kwa ni na de chapa sa so e so mpani fo okuri mu wo kan ye ni youth go represent ke demonstration ko ari cha assembly no dan ke hu omo hawa ye fam o okuri mu kan mu sei
Yenjina Jacobu for ensemiso entonkra embrate yeba kase no ekọ edwadie ene sikasem emu yeba sisia Yensan emau akwaba biem afe edwedie ehu ensem emu na enei ye sorry ye na chese Ghana cedi no ene interbank no pem so pa ene amano ne sika no eyade wono pem so na enei 1 Ghana cedi no eda 10 cedis 75 pesos.
When October snide toswa dwonu Bank of Ghana etrese emprempe yesika no ene amano ne de no wo de toto ho a satrayen kakra eba mu ne site no wo trese emprempe $1 no eye 10 cedis 74 pesos upe bia to obenya no 10 cedis 75 pesos sanso so ena £1 no ejina 14 cedis 38 pesos upe bia ubenya no 14 cedis 39 pesos 1 euro no so jina 12 cedis 48 pesos upe bia eno so ye 12 cedis 49 pesos. Now so me hudo wonum esesa sika no $1 no kwa betime na 11 cedis 85 pesos upe bia atwa 12 cedis 50 pesos sanso so na £1 no ejina 15 cedis 80 pesos ya upe bi atwa 16 cedis 80